Hello, I'm Tom Bailey, and I'm joined today by Josh Fonger, who is an international business consultant, coach, and speaker, as well as being a business performance architect and the co-founder of Work the System. So, Josh, hello, and a very warm welcome to today's episode.
Glad to be here.
Thank you. And whereabouts are you in the world right now?
Well, right now I'm in Scottsdale, but if you go to the other rooms of our house, we're actually packing to move to Kauai. So
Wow.
ask me again in
Okay.
2 weeks and
Yep.
not here anymore.
Fantastic. Well, good luck with the move.
Thank you.
And let me get into the subject of Josh then in more detail. So, Josh has personally helped hundreds of businesses to grow using the Work the System method. And his speciality is taking stressed out entrepreneurs from working in their business to working on their business using systems so that profit and freedom can become a consistent mechanical reality. The title for today's episode is How to Make More and Work Less Using Systems. And Josh is going to show us how to do that in just 7 minutes. So, question number one for you today is, who are your ideal clients?
Well, first off, I only budgeted 6 minutes for this interview, so we might have to
Okay.
cut it shorter than seven
Got it.
minutes. But no, the business owners who are stuck in the day to day are our ideal clients, and they want to scale, they want to grow. But
Mhm.
all the good ideas are in their head, and they need to get them down into systems, and we help them do that.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And what's typically the biggest challenge that they face in their businesses?
Well, the business is usually made up of them. So
Mhm.
again, they're wearing the hats, and so the biggest challenge is that they work nights, they work weekends, they don't take vacations, and they don't know how to scale and grow or recruit because it all resides in their head. And so that's the big challenge. Is eventually they hit a wall, they hit a plateau, and they stay stuck. And that's where most small businesses stay, is they stay stuck until eventually they fail. And as you know, most companies fail, and that's
Mhm.
why.
So failing, I guess, is the ultimate impact of not having these systems in place. But what other impacts do you typically find that business owners have as a result of not having these systems in place?
Yeah, well, so failing business, it might be one problem, but it ultimately hurts your relationships, your health, your
Hmm.
clients, your vendors, your employees, everyone that works within you. When your business fails, it's a it's kind of a big implosion that happens,
Yeah,
and so um, it is a ripple impact. And so what we want to
yeah.
do is basically help these owners lead well, build these systems so they can do more good and instead of imploding.
Got it. Thank you. And so, what is one valuable piece of advice that you might give to somebody to really help them solve this problem and make sure they don't implode?
Yeah, well, I think the key thing that really starts off our whole methodology is getting the right mindset. We call it the
Hmm.
systems mindset. And so anyone can do this. And the way to do it is to um, see yourself outside your business. So you would see your business as one entity and you'd get
Hmm.
above it. We call it slightly elevated and outside your business, and then look
Got
down.
it.
And if you have that perspective, you can start to see the separate entities that make up your business, the processes, the tasks, the repeatable routines that happen again and again, and realize that your life and your business is made up of these separate systems. And we help people work on those systems, but a lot of times people don't get the mindset right, and so they don't understand how this shift really can affect everything in their life, not just their business.
Great. And just to ask one additional question around the mindset, do you typically find that business owners say that they're too busy to take the time to have this helicopter view of their business?
Uh, yes, being busy is the number one thing. Out of time, out of money are the kind of the two biggest things. And really, the only solution is to make the time, which is
Yeah,
prioritization. Right? Everyone has
yeah.
24 hours in a day. It's just what you're doing with it. And so it's a big kind of dramatic shift we do with all of our clients in the beginning is to free up time and then to use that time, we call it prime time, to work themselves out of their day job. And there's no silver bullet. Like, it doesn't happen in a day. It's
Yeah.
something you work yourself out of. And we say that we only work with mature business owners who are willing to finally do the tough work that's going to get them there, as opposed to chasing shiny objects.
Yeah, got it. Understood. Thank you so much. And the next question for me is, what is one valuable free resource that you can share with people to really help them solve this problem and implement these amazing systems in their business?
Yeah. So I only behind me, but right here. So get this book, Work the System, but you can get it for free
Fantastic.
at our website. If you go to workthesystem.com, Sam Carpenter actually gives away the PDF version of the book. Of course, you can buy it anywhere, but that's a great way to get started. It's free, and it's just changed so many lives. So I would highly recommend that.
Absolutely. So www.workthesystem.com. I'll put that link into the show notes below this episode so people can click that, get in and download that PDF. Fantastic. So slightly off topic for a second then, what would you say is your greatest failure that you've ever made, either in life or business? And what did you learn from that?
Yeah, well, there's been a lot of them. I'm sure everyone says the same thing,
Yeah.
but one that I think would be helpful for this audience is that early on, as a consultant and coach, I've been doing this for 10 years. I really focused on what do I need for my family to, how much money do I need? How many clients do I need? What kind of business do I need to build so that I can just live where I want, do what I want, and have that kind of income? And so I based my decisions as a consultant, as a coach, on just building a business like that, like a lifestyle business.
Right.
But what I realized is I was missing out on actually doing the most good, making the biggest impact, and really, accelerating the impact in the world that what this method can do. And once I made that mind shift, we've really been able to dramatically help, way more clients. And as no surprise, you can actually make more by helping more people, by providing more value. And so making that shift, instead of putting a ceiling or a cap at what I can do personally, brought into like how much can this business do? And again, same thing, a mindset shift. And because of that, we've certified consultants in our Work the System method all over the world, and they're making amazing impact, even bigger than the impact I was making. And so I think a lot of owners of companies and consultants and coaches, they really just cap their business at themselves and what they can do instead of what their method can do or what their business can do. And so I would say learn that lesson early on and build a team to make a bigger impact.
Fantastic. Yeah, great piece of advice. And I guess, ultimately you do need to have that financial capital behind you to be able to make an even bigger impact. So like you said, don't cap yourself at a certain level just for your own personal expenses. Great. So the final question from me then is, what is one question that I should have asked you that will also add great value for our audience today?
Yeah, well, probably the mystery where anyone who has not heard of the book Work the System is, what is this Work the System method? What is that? So real quick, there are 6 pillars to it, and you can apply this to yourself. The first one is the mindset shift. Number 2 would be having a strategic objective, so a strategy for your business, having operating principles, having documented procedures, having a team to execute this, and then investing your team and yourself and your money and your time into the system of your business instead of just doing the work. So instead of just selling, building a selling system, right? Instead of just building the widget, building a system to build widgets. And so that would be kind of the key thing. And lastly, probably one other thing that I've mentioned a couple of times is that if you're a consultant or a coach or an expert, we're always looking for new people. I'm recruiting right now who want to get certified because we're making a huge impact. So love to see them at workthesystem.com.
Fantastic. Thanks so much. So make sure you do go to workthesystem.com to find out more about those 6 pillars. And Josh, just want to say thank you so much again for your time today. I really appreciate you joining us for this episode.
Yeah, it was great. Tom, thanks a lot.